Hello, my name is John Chen. I'm the CEO of GeoTeaming, the author of Engaging Virtual Meetings, and today I'll be your MC and host here. Today we have the Business Resource Open House where the theme is the business of community. This is the first time that we're broadcasting in 5 different languages. So if you are here with us in Zoom, you can actually choose all these different languages. This is when I feel that one of the premier online meetings where I've been working on this. This is our 4th time where we've been able to broadcast in 4 or more languages. So you are in for something special. And again, if you are here with us on Zoom, you can actually check out the languages here in just a second, just to hear what it sounds like. You know, it's like making a miniature version of the UN here right online using our powerful technology. This is actually one of those places where virtual can actually be better than in person because we have all the technology available to us. So again, today we're going to be interested in seeing how we're moving from a transactional to a relational economy. And I've got a couple things here for you. Number one, if you are live with us here in our Zoom, why don't you just do this? Everyone this morning, the business of community, complete this sentence. Community is, right? And even if you're seeing us here on Facebook or anywhere else that we're streaming live here, fill in the sentence, community is, and then fill in what's important to you, because that's really what this program is all about. We have experts from all around the area that really are going to talk about what the value of community is and how it's important for you and your business. So, and Quita says, it's 2-way relationships, not the one-way taker relationships. Darby says, this is the fabric that holds us together. And Joy says, helping those in need. You know, that's what I really heard. Like in different states when, all those snowstorms came around, there were many businesses that just opened the doors and they said, for free, come in because we have power, we have showers, we want to help our people. We've seen that a lot here in Seattle about people helping us. And that's really what we want to talk about is that community. I have a favorite saying, I'm a team builder too, also by trade. And I love to say this, build relationships long before you need them. Here, I'll say that again, build relationships long before you need them. And you can do this here right in the Business Resource Open House. One is that you can, of course, meet each other here. And later on in the program, well, we go off of Facebook Live, but everyone here in Zoom, we get a chance to mix, mingle, ask questions, and talk to our panel. Also, I'd really like to introduce here Mari. Mari here is our graphic recorder. So you can actually see her next to me. She will be creating, she's waving with her document cam, and she'll be actually be a live graphic recording this meeting. She also creates a resource. You can get the summary of this entire meeting in one graphic. And let me tell you, it's really powerful. Mari, thank you so much for returning here. So let me bring this into you. I want to introduce my co-producer. This is the one, the only, Angela Castaneda. Angela, how are you doing?
Hello there. I am doing well. I'm a community-based development consultant in Southeast Seattle, director of the Beacon Business Alliance. Really excited to be here today, working a little bit behind the scenes with the translators to make sure we're all dialed in. Can't wait to meet you all.
Outstanding. Thank you, Angela. And this gentleman has been one of our co-sponsors and co-conspirators from our amazing Seattle Public Libraries. Put your hands in the air for the one, the only, Jay Lyman. Hey, Jay.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. I'm Jay Lyman, librarian, Seattle Public Library. I'm just super excited to be here, and this is already a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot more fun before the morning is over.
You know, Jay, you've been on every single one of these, you know, Business Resource Open House. Thank you again so much for your support. What does community mean to you? It's
us. I mean, community is us. It's the relationships that we have in the kind of the community is the people that we interact with every day, you know, and the people that say hello to us or that we have relationships with, and so it's everything. There's my word right there, is everything.
Speaking of everything too, you know, the business of community is about reaching out to all of our other communities. This is one of the premier virtual meetings here where we really want to be as inclusive as possible. And Angela has really helped in getting interpreters from many different languages, extending the reach of this many times. Again, if you're hearing this and you're in one of these supported language, share the stream if you're on Facebook Live. And again, everyone here is using Zoom. Go ahead and post it on your social media And really, hopefully you can get this, watch the broadcast now or watch it later and get the value from that. I'm going to bring up our first interpreter. I'd like to introduce our Chinese interpreter, Lillian Young. Lillian, how are you doing? Excellent. So now Lillian is going to switch. If you didn't hear that, for those in English, you go down to the interpretation and now switch to Chinese. Lillian, go ahead and switch to Chinese. Yes, she's there. And now she's going to start interpreting this in Chinese. Thank you so much, Lillian. Let's bring up our next interpreter. Let's bring up Levin. Hello, Levin. How are you?
Hello，大家好，我们现在在中文的平台那等一下之后呢，我们就会用中文继续翻译。
Thank you so much, Levin.
我们今天有蛮多个语言的我们有越南语现在那个 Levin 在讲话的就是讲越南话，那我就会继续用中文
Levin, go ahead and do one in Vietnamese. Just tell people how to switch to the language and then go ahead and switch, okay?
那我们待会还会有几个不同的语言
So you can again check
除了越南话中文之外
for us today.
还有讲西班牙话的。那 Elise 就会讲
Thank you so much.
这个
We'll check the channels here in just a second. Again, you want to
等一下
and go to the language of your choice. We are turning all the languages now. After the languages are on, if you can chat me, I can help you and make sure you're on the language. Eris, go ahead and do an introduction. First here on the English channel, tell people your name and how to change to the Spanish channel and then change back to Spanish. Go ahead.
现在就是 Elise 她是我们讲西班牙语的翻译他现在在介绍在一个西班牙语的频道上去讲怎么可以使用你也看到我们今天的流程也蛮丰富。
So let's see. I think if that's our Somali or our Amharic interpreter, if you could just hold on a second, please. Go
Yes.
ahead and Iris and finish up, and we'll join our other two interpreters. Excellent. So Iris, I believe you are on Spanish now. So let's see. Let's just check Iris.
John, hi, can I chime in? Abdu came in and he needs to choose. Abdu, hello, how are you? Can you choose English, your English channel on the
因为今天我们有蛮多个语言的，有5个语言，
So he's actually who's coming up next. So hold on a second, Abdu. Stay here on the English channel.
有一些
And for the first time, Abdu, we have Amharic. So there you go, everyone. Of course, chat Amharic if you can actually spell Amharic. Abdu will help you out. Abdu, can you just do a quick introduction on the English channel? Tell people how to change to the Amharic channel, and then go ahead and switch. Okay. Excellent. And then tell them just go to the interpretation button on the bottom and switch to the Amharic language, and then go ahead and switch to Amharic. So right now you're on Amharic. Come back to English for just a second. Okay,
现
good.
在我们因为今天有蛮多个语言其中也包括这个阿姆哈拉语。
We have one last person translating for Somali for us. Let's bring in Abdul Ali. Let's see. Let me bring you up here. There we go. Excellent. So again,
这个苏马里的一个语言。
Tell people how to change to your language channel. Excellent. Go ahead and switch. Excellent. So now the Somali channel is live. All right, we have every single channel going on. I saw
今
Jay's
天我
got our
们有5个
celebration.
语言啊，真的
Uh,
蛮厉害。
and I've introduced Marty too, so I'll keep Marty's camera back on
还
here.
有一位就是 Marley 在屏幕上能看到啊，他在用那个艺术这个设计去记录今天的过程。
Businesses have been required
那
to
今
pivot
天我们就是讲那个我们小商家怎么可以转型在这个疫情当中，怎么可以改变让我们的经济呢，让我们的产品呢也有机会可以卖到其他人的手上。那这次呢这是第4次我们Beacon Hill Business Alliance 这个商业机构跟图书馆西雅图图书馆聚在一起可以有机会在网络上从这个平台上跟大家沟通交流。
who are participating and then
那
also
当然呢，如果有兴趣的话，也可以在 Zoom 的平台上可以在那个聊天这部分可以放你的问题，或者是跟其他人交流
Well, I'm going to introduce Jay Lyman, who's going to actually introduce panelists. Jay, librarian extraordinaire, Seattle
很高
Public
兴我们有 Jay 就是从西雅图的图书馆的工作人员那我是 Jay。
That's my natural instinct, and so
那 Jay 呢，我就是今天希望可以减慢这个速度，因为我们有很多人一起在翻译。
So I want to talk as little as possible today, but I just want to thank you. Start off by thanking everyone for being here.
谢谢今天大家来参与，也谢谢我们今天的讲员也谢谢你如果在 Facebook 或者是 YouTube 这个平台上参与的朋友。
Of others in the community. So let's start by highlighting the voice of Anquita. Anquita
今
Adams.
天就想要透过这个机会让大家有一个平台，更认识其他人从这个疫情当中怎么走出来
Anquita has a lot to offer and to share about relationships in business. So Anquita, do you want to just
因为
introduce?
我们今天想要讲的题材就是关于建立关系就是商业关系人与人之间的关系，还有社区的关系。
Really quick, it doesn't have to be 2 minutes. My name is Anquita Adams. I am founder and CEO of LA Consulting Firm. It's a boutique firm with expertise.
我叫 Anquita Adams，
with human-centered
我就是这家公司ALA Consulting Firm 的代表。 那我们就是希望从这个比较交易性竞技转变回关系性竞技的一个工作。
and then not know what's going on at home and how you connect with at home, and then not bring it into the work, and you cannot stop bringing work into home. So it's a balance of learning how to do or navigate all 4 of those areas.
我的工作呢，就是希望让大家去认识、去了解怎么有关系从关系性的一个工作环境、跟家庭、跟社区都是 非常的
invited
有
me to come
助
talk on the
你
radio with
做
her on a radio show.
生意啊，或是
I've gone on to
做事的
Harvard
情
University's
况。
director called Women in Business Expo Group, which is amazing and does all these fantastic programs. Carmel, can you just
那
share?
么现在想要介绍 Camille。
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Carmel Bias, and I am the CEO and founder of the Women in Business Expo Group, and also
你
host
好我就是 Camille。 我也有在那个电台上是一个 DJ 分享一些故事我也是这个机构 Women in Business Expo Group 跟那个 Women Empower Radio 所以我是在这个女性组织跟那个妇女妇权广播所以这方面我是透过提供可以培养领导等等的促进健康跟个人的和职业发展来支持大家那个女性。
their products and services. Also to do an event called Sister Circle, which is a more intimate event for business owners to be able to come together, create dialogue, create
我也
community
有一些
within business owners. To help
举办一
tell
些
folks
小
that,
型的活动
when you're in
可以这样
entrepreneurship, it's tough. That's a tough business.
一些女性的商家，尤其是自己开店的女性，可以有一个聚在一起的机会，可以因为我们就是共同的社区就是希望有共同的机会，可以支持大家互相的提供一些援助。
Thank you, Carmel. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all you do too. Amazing. Next, I want to introduce Nick Landry. Nick is going to talk about. Nick and I are just getting to know each other, so I'm excited to learn more and make more
下
connections.
一位呢，他的名字叫 Nick。
Connect Washington. Nick, do you want to share a little bit about the work you're doing with Tech Connect Washington?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Tech Connect Washington is a free tech support resource.
那我的组织呢，就是Tech Connect Washington 那我是一个免费提供一些资源给大家需要一些技术等等的互联网网站的一些资源帮助一些人去做一个网站，是免费的哦。那如果有兴趣的朋友可以去 Tech Connect 的网站。
And we are also really looking forward to working with minority-owned businesses and women.
那当然呢，我们的宗旨呢就是想要给少数族裔的朋友有更多的平台有支持。 当然就是从那个科技，从那个互联网方面做一个帮助。
And I can tell you that my other colleagues at the library also, we immediately blasted that across our intranet that you exist and you're there to serve folks, because that's just so needed, especially right now. Amazing work. Well, let's start talking a little bit about our topic of discussion here today, which is
今天想要探讨的就是 relationship economy， 中文就说是一个建立关系的一个经济的模式。那人家说以前是讲是 transactional， 那 transactional 中文就是说是比较交易模式的一个经济。
The capital of a person, like you're just there, you're a number, and like
以前呢，很多时候就是把我们一个人，就是想说是只是一个普通的单位一个数字。
our not only the talent grows, the
其实
department
我们
grows,
想要
and
讲
the company
啊，
grows.
我们
It's
怎
on
么
an
可
equal
以啊
systematic level
让
where like all
我们每一个
employees
人
are
啊
being
都是有一个
valued
全
and
人的
integrated
发展。
in a way that if it's healthy, you can move your company
因为
in
如
a way
果
that you
呢
didn't even think that
啊
you could.
每个人他
Thinking
有
about
自己的
Mandarin
一
in a
个
way, in a
本
healthy
身的发展
way
呢
of saying what do
那
you need,
透
how
过
can I help
我
you,
们
to the
发
point
展
of
每一个人
and
才在
also
人才培养上面
what am I doing
可
to
以
impact your
让
growth?
大
Or
家有更多
not
机
not
会
impact, but
去
if I'm not
成
impacting
长。
growth in a positive
那
way,
成长， 每
how
个
can
人的
I
成长 呢，
what
都
what
有
way
机
can I
会可以
impact
带领
in
让你
that
的
impacting you as a
公
person?
司
So
也有
it's
一
not
个
about
一
just
定的
that
成
person.
长。
What people don't understand is that when you impact one person, that person has a whole community that's being impacted by your one choice. So to
所以就
me,
说，如果有机会去提升一个人，因为每一个人都是可以影响到他整个他身边的人，无论是他朋友、他的家庭、他的社区，所以有机会，如果可以提升去培养人，所以从这个从人与人沟通的的过程当中提升你的人本身就有更多的机会从建立更多的关系从而可以影响更大的社区。
relationships amongst your members. But I'm also interested in like what when you're talking to folks that are in business and they're maybe trying to create relationships. What are some of their needs? What are some of the
这个
things
问题呢，就是在建立关系的当中有什么是他们的需求是什么呢？
develop more things to meet those needs that you're hearing?
Yes. One thing it is that I find, Jay, or that I found in my years of
那其中一个地方呢，可没有就说
prior to that, even owning my own business, what I found is that it's more important in business to build the relationship, to know
发
your
现呢，真的
to know your vendor. And it's great to make money and to be profitable.
从
You build the relationship
如果你是一个
so
公司
much further.
真的是
And
建立
it's not
关
only
系很
in
重
business,
要，
but in
要
life.
认识你
It's
的顾
very
客，认
important
识
to connect
你
with other people.
的
It's very
供
important to
应
stay
你
engaged with
产
others.
品的一些供应商，所以客户有人说很重要，但是也要去了解他们的需要去有一个服务的精神去认识他们，也去认识让你做生意的一些我们就是说伙伴就是 partner。
How can I benefit you? And that's what I try to do in Women in Business Expo Group is we're all
有的
about
时候呢，就是
relationship to build
在建立关系的时候，就是让大家去了解你做生意一定第一个开始就是让服务每一位，就是服务你的一个群众。服务的时候，你怎么可以很多时候就是说我就是要赚钱什么是我的目标，什么是我的目的但是很多时候要了解到这一个是双向的关系所以就在一个服务的同时在做产品的同时也去聆听也是去分享。
What I'm sharing with you, you have more capacity now, financially, mentally.
那因为分享的时候人家可以给予你很多的资源，那你也可以在这一个时间去分享你要分享的东西。
Like learning healthy, like in a healthy
因为
way.
建立关系呢是一个比较长远的一个方法。
but like I might not have the time to serve you, but not even just giving that money, but I still want to understand what you're doing and how do I still be a part because I gave
因
you
为
the
那个
money,
时间
you know, be a part
啊，
of what I'm giving.
跟
I'm not just
是一
giving.
个可以
So
分享
giving because I
啊
want to know, like
的
I
一
gave my
个
time, but I
机
want to make sure
会。
I'm impacting you in a way that you can
那
live
当
into
啊
your journey,
我
live
们
into
分享的
your
时
purpose.
候
So I'm pausing right
是
there.
可以提升
Sorry
每
about
个
that.
人的一
That's
个
awesome.
机
And I
会。
reflect on, when thinking about what each of you just, just shared, I think about like, the many different kinds of businesses that are out there and nonprofits and other kinds of programs, government programs that people are running.
那
And
也
those principles apply
就是要讲
across the
说
board, so like as we think
这
about
些概念呢
any
你
kind of
是从哪里都可以
business
用
or
到的
nonprofits, I think that
无论你是在做
there's
生
there's
意
growth
或是
that
你
can
在
come
政
out of
府里面
those.
工作，或者是
So
你
can you
在
tell
非
us a
盈
little
利
bit about
机
how
构这边工
relationships
作
might have played into
也有
maybe
机会可以利用到这
that
个
you
分
use
享
with
的模
folks?
式
Like how does
去
that
让更多人
how
去
do
了
you
解到你
think
的
about that in your
产品你的
tech
服
work?
务，也透过你的服务可以让
So
人有更多的
as
成
far as
长。
relationships, the first thing that comes to my mind is just the relationships we have with different community organizations to spread the word and make sure that people know that this is a resource that's available to them.
那对
That-
于
that's the
Nick
challenge so
这个
far,
公司
but
来讲呢，
we're still
他
growing and we're ready
是
to
做
to
Tech
grow.
Connect
There's
这
a
个
lot
公
of
司
people
提
that
供
really
免
want to
费
help
的
and so
这个
I'm
给
I'm
社
excited
区的一些
to
课
to
程， 去
work
提
with
升
some
社
nonprofit
区
organizations
的
and
一
and
个
hopefully
在科技
hopefully
上的一
create
个
programs to let
技
people
术
know
平
that
台。
there are people that want to help, and
所以我也
use
透
the
过
resources
其
available
他非盈利
as
机
far as
构
that.
去宣
So
传
so yeah, there's that, and then
我
of
们
course
这
the
些
other
服
thing is
务
all the
支
nonprofit
持我们这
applications
个
that
社
help
区。
to get our project funded with our generous sponsors and things like that as well.
当然我们也很有
That's
很
fantastic.
高兴得到不少的赞助的人士去支持这个社
We
区
also
公
were
益
kind
服
of talking
务。
about like how maybe we had, how, as we're moving as we moved into, quarantines and COVID and things, like how we might have
那这个时候，你知道我们的过去的1年，
how we do business and how, I don't know if anyone
我
has any
们
thoughts
透
on
过呢
as we now
经历
thankfully are,
居家令也在家
situation.
很多商店都
Where do you
关
see
了。
this topic of
那已经经过了1年，那
do you
未
think
来这个问
that
题
that
我们会怎么
what
处
are the
理呢？
things that help us
未来
helps us move
社
in the right
区
direction as we move out of COVID?
从离开疫情之后我们
Jay, I think
发
what
展
you
会
posed is
是
definitely
怎
a
样
better
呢？
understanding and having more conversations, more dialogues like this, to give us, like I said again, a better understanding of giving, building relationships, connecting with
那
one
其
another.
中一个没有想说的，就是希望有更多的一个对话，有更多的一个平台，因为在沟通
Because I remember
在
was in school,
我们
had a professor that would come in
去
and say, what is
了
marketing?
解
You know,
对方的需要，
but what she was saying was that marketing is building relationships.
因为我们最终都是建立关系你是营销，营销也是经理建立关系的一种。
And especially nowadays, people want to know who you are. They want to see your face. They want to,
今天呢，我们就是看到
build the
这个情形，
you know, and
就
what
是建立关系就是很重要，人家想要了解你是谁你在那个网络平台上，在那个 social media 上你是谁？谁是你的生活，你的一个产品。
how it's like we use each other's transactions. So when
以前呢，往往呢，我们的感觉都是我们怎么可以有一个交易，我们怎么可以有利用，互相利用也是怎么想说。
And then also think about not just helping yourself. Now I can't use that transaction resources
怎
that
么
I
可以
used to
帮
use.
助大
And now
家？怎么
everyone is
可
trying to
以？
figure out how do they reprogram or rewire their world. So then now
就
it had
是
people step
现
back and
在
think about
从疫情当中，
how they were navigating their own
我们
world,
就
and
是有
also
一个机
understand
会
how
去
the
想一
COVID
想
factor imprinted
啊，
people, which
我
now they have to
们
go back to
是谁呢？我们
reflect
工作
on
这个
who they created as
模式
culture
是
with
怎么样的？我们这
COVID
个社
that
区
actually was
啊
working,
是
but they
怎
do
样
they
的？
said the you versus me mentality stepped
以
in
前
and
呢，就是蛮多，就是哦， 这个世界怎么可以帮助我啊？现在可以说是在疫情的时候，哦，我的存在是怎么可以帮助这个社区呢？我们怎样可以成为更好的一个人呢？就是有这个机会去去让大家有一个机会可以跟大家多一些个沟通，因为以前呢，我们就是可能戴了很多的面具在社区上我们有不同的面貌、不同的脸孔那现在呢，可以说人家会看得透你是真实的你还是虚假的你怎么可以呈现一个真实的你去帮助一个生意成长呢？因为人家是希望看到你是多用心你做事的故事的一个理想是什么？
just because that person saw you performing and they're not going to get out of their head that this is just this person. So now people have to step back, stop performing and saying this is
以前我
exhausting.
们做事可能就是有一个模式是我们在表演那现在那个经济环境这个社区的环境大家都想要看到真实的你。
Yeah. So within that space, it's like now people are like, okay, well, because I stepped back, now I'm not the old person. I'm coming back in these spaces where I was not showing my real self. Now I have to
那
reintroduce
从这
myself
个疫情的当
as
中
my real self
我们
as
好
the
像
healthy
有
self.
更多的
So
时间
then
去
people
认
always
识
talk
自
about,
己，去了解自己。
like they always say, oh well, they need to accept me for who I am. I'm like, no, because what you were or what you are is not the healthy you, and those that you cannot go into every place. So when you find who you are, and then you get to the
因为我
healthy
们讲说，现在就是更想让这个时间去让你去呈现更真实的自己。
how does one, I've been putting this mask on for so long and now I have to transition or pivot to take my mask off. I might be afraid, because now
但是
people
这
get
个时间呢很多人都是想说
so this is definitely, I think that
从
COVID has
拿下自己
always
的
like this
面
one
具
exposed some real truths about
以
business,
前
about relationships,
或者
about
是
our
关系或者生
and
意
then how do we
可
transition
能
out
都
of
是
that?
一个比较
And I
较
think
异
that
性的一个关
understanding
系。
is
那
critical
现在从这个
conversation.
疫情走过来，大
And
家都是
it
更
is really
向往
patience
一个
to
真实
take the
的
time to
跟
get
你
to know one.
这你的产
Time
品更认识
and really get to know that person.
你，
And maybe
而
waiting
且呢，时间
for
已
you to have
经
the mask on
不
and
再一样了 大
not
家
what I
更
want.
愿意花时间去认识每一位。
Fear a lot. Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, unfortunately we're gonna shift the conversation and move to our next panel
那
soon.
这个真的是一个很好的题材我们现在就会在去另外一个题材。
If anything, it's not completely related, but I would say just about because I saw a couple of the comments in the chat.
那 Nick 就是看到在聊天室
felt lost and felt like
去讲从这个疫情的时候，就感觉到很无助 而且很多的小企业、小生意也从这个时间就是倒了关门。你就想说，我们这个社会呢，西雅图这边也有很多有心的人有新的机构提供协助，很多都是免费所以对于小企业来讲不要担心觉得自己需要其他人的协助，需要其他人帮助，因为我们做生意有的时候感觉我们就真的没办法可以回到像以前一模一样但是从疫情走过来以后我们也可以多利用大家其他的一个非盈利的机构的一些服务。
So we're going to move to our next panel, and then after that, there's going to be an opportunity for all of us to be in the
我
participant.
们就是去另外讲另外一个题材在这个今天最后的时间也有机会可以去有一些问与答可以更有
And what do you need? What can this group here today do for you? So think about those two questions, because those are the questions we're going to use to start off
可
conversation.
以让大家想想两个问题：你的需要是什么？你今天有什么的需要？也另外一个问题，如果你今天有参与的话，就可以问你可以提供什么的资源，什么的协助？
I'll start to
这两
introduce
个也是蛮好的问题
those folks. So we have Joy Stevens with the Corporate Giving Network, who's here. I had the pleasure of talking with Joy. Was it 1 week ago, 2 weeks
今天我
ago?
们也另外的一个题材现在是邀请到 Joy。
And then we'll get into the panel discussion here and some questions.
Certainly, and thank you for the invite,
You're
Jay.
welcome.
I appreciate this opportunity. So my name is Joy Stevens,
我的
and
名字
I'm
就
the
是 Joy
founder and
Stevens
CEO of the Corporate Giving Network.
这是这家 Corporate Giving Network 这家公司的老板。
To the nonprofit sector, and those resources come from the for-profit.
那我们是一个非盈利机构，那我们这个非盈利机构是帮助其他非盈利机构
The nonprofit secure a sustainable revenue stream so that they can
我们这个机构呢，就是希望通过一些资源的协助，让其他的非盈利机构有更多的金钱的援助可以再做更多的服务。
Seth Hakim, I've been fortunate to work with Seth on a couple of projects, but one in particular that we're going to talk about here today. Seth is with Craft 3, and
另外呢，我再想要介绍另外一位就是 Seth Hakim，
that we're going to talk about today.
他的公司是 Craft 3。
My name is Seth Hakim. I'm a business lender at Craft 3 in our Seattle office. I've been here about 4 years. It'll be 4 years in May. Wow, time really flies, especially the last year. Craft 3.
那我是这家公司 Craft 3。 是一个大家可以认识的 CDFI Community Development Financial Institution 这是类似一个社区发展的经济的机构那我们做的事情就像是一个银行但是我们做这个取向呢，就是给社区更多的支持所以我们是有机会比一个一般 大众的银行做更多的事情，给予社区或那个少数族裔的朋友更多的资源。
Bob has his camera off, so we might want to move on to our next guest, and I'll bring him back up when his camera's on. Okay.
Sounds good. So next we have Joe Sky Tucker with Business Impact Northwest. Joe, share a little bit about what Business Impact Northwest does.
那另外一位是 Joe，
CEO of Business Impact Northwest. Very similar to Craft 3, we're a CDFI
那我们
that does
是
lending
Business
to community
Impact
loans along with
Northwest，
the
那
traditional banks. I think the big
也
difference
跟
between us and Craft 3
其他
is
的机构
smaller
蛮
and
像
focus
的
on a little bit smaller loans.
就是让
kind of work on
一些做一些比
in
较
the
小型的贷
in
款，
the kind of ecosystem of CDFIs in the region.
所以就是比较说是社区发展的一个机构
huge need out there for small businesses
因
to
为
get
很多
into
小
those
企业
back access to capital
很多时候在一般传统的银行当中是没有办法拿到一些贷款的产品或者是那个利率等等的都是不是太理想。
They also run a small business resource center
所以我们这种机构呢，就是帮助一些小企业有机会可以做到一些比较特别的贷款的活动我们也会办一些课程让大家去了解怎么可以拿到这些经济的援助。
conversation today is about the work we're doing. I just want to throw in a pitch. If you haven't gotten a PPP loan,
那
please
我们的机构
we're
从小到5000块到30万的一个贷款，我们都可以做而且也有一个就是现在一个小型企业的一个生机援助计划 PPP Paycheck Protection Program 如果大家还没有参与，或者是不知道自己能不能够参与的话也可以联系我们。
Community outreach and engagement with Rainier Valley Community Development Fund.
下一位呢就是Bob。 那我呢就是在那个西雅图南区这边The Rainier Valley Community Development Fund 工作，我主要服务在南边南西雅图，当然就是帮助一般的没办法可以拿到一般的简单的银行的传统的一些贷款。那我们可以做可能2万块或者是100万的一些贷款，我们也有机会可以做到。当然我们也要服务的那个社区的地方区域可能比较少但是也希望可以帮助一些较少的一些机构有机会可以得到这些资源这服务回馈社区。
University of Washington School of Law helps low-income entrepreneurs and business
那
owners.
下一位呢就是 Mandy 呢就是在华大这个
law school with
给一些商家有机会可以得到一些法律的
assessment of your business and then a comprehensive
那他们服务的族群呢就是可能是低收入的一些族群但是自己做自己的生意可能当中做生意的时候遇到很多法律上的问题那我们是帮助一些非常少的企业呢或者是他们是做高科技的一些小企业也帮助一些非盈利机构
can get a hold of those resources. Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, so lots of contact information will be available for all these folks, so that at the end of all of this, hopefully you walk away.
今天希望可以提供大家很多的资源援助。
And things that these folks do would be valuable for you. Just to kind of start conversation off, Joy, you were listening to that, first conversation, I hope, and I know you were, and I heard, Anquita talk about, the
那之前呢我们30分钟一个蛮丰富的交流，讲到很多建立关系。那建立关系以后呢，人家就会来。那现在想要问问我们现在的朋友，这个建立关系又是怎样的过程？那 Joyce 他就说他也是帮助非盈利的机构可以得到一些外面盈利机构的一些协助，但是我也帮助一些盈利机构呢去做一些对于他们就是社区有利益的服务。
The people who are involved in the supply chain. And the last pillar of CSR is how this business gives back to the community. So that's how I kind of bridge the two. And we
作为一些大企业呢，对于社会是有一定的责任。那我蛮有经验去帮助一些企业去履行他对社会的一些责任透过他们跟一些非营利机构的一些合作，譬如说在服务上或者是基金上的一些帮助，也当然可以帮助他们的一些员工有兴趣的人去做志工也是提供一些双向的一个建立关系的机会。
to the corporate funder what's in it for them to come and speak to these nonprofits. But it is also important that I
当
make
然
it
了，很多时候那个企业都想说，对我来讲有什么好处？但是我们这个整个整体的社会比如说还是讲
by the way, when you are out shopping for your milk, whether you shop at Albertsons or Safeway or QFC, be sure to buy Dairy Gold product, because for every gallon of milk that Dairy Gold sells, they give back 5 cents to the nonprofit, to Girl
因
Scouts.
为譬如说这个月呢也是一个牛奶跟那个饼干就是我们女童军呢他们会卖一些饼干支持社区服务的一个月份。那如果刚好你去一个超市去买牛奶产品的时候，也可以选择Dairy Gold 这个品牌，因为 Dairy Gold 这个品牌呢它会把它的你卖出一瓶牛奶等等的产品会捐助那个非营利机构所以这些也是企业社会责任的一个理念就是怎么可以互相帮助大家可以有从企业或者是非营利机构建立一些关系，从而可以双方都可以得到一些有利的效益。
MCFC, Muslim Community Finance Coalition, and so maybe each of you can share about that work and kind of
那另外呢也想要提到另外一个 联盟就是来自一个穆斯林社区财务联盟一个小组，
how it works and all that, and what we've been doing together.
也可以了解一下，分享一下这个
Yeah,
是
so
怎
the
么一回事。
MCFC, Muslim Finance
Community
Community
Finance
Co
Coalition.
Muslim Community Finance
就
Coalition.
是给予穆斯林社区财务联
So
盟。
this is a group of organizations and individuals that got together about a year ago.
这个小组呢，就大概是一年前
for Muslim
就
businesses.
组
And for
成，
those of you who may or may not know, in the Islamic faith, paying
因
interest.
为在这个穆斯林这
So
个
there's a lot of
教
businesses, mostly small community businesses.
对于这个
that
伊斯
their
兰
family and
这个
friends,
宗教
and the
当
problem
中，
is, they're operating, they're doing well, but the problem is there's limited growth potential for them because
很多时候
capital.
因为他们因为宗教的原因对于贷款或者是对于
some years in
在
Seattle.
融资上面的一个渠道是比较少的， 所以很多时候对于穆斯林社区的
when it comes
生意呢都很艰难去拿到一些
so over the last couple years I've
经
worked
济
on
上
trying
的
to
协
knowledge
助，
and
或是一
understand
些
what that means.
贷款的
Because
产
different
品。
things to different people, and really try to find a place, which was again why I focused on Craft 3 is because we
那
have
我呢，我个人也是从这个社区去学习到这一方面的服务是很少的。所以呢，从我们这些社区发展的财务机构呢，都有更多的办法可以配合比如说伊斯兰教法的一些融资的渠道，也有一些没有贷款、没有那个利率的一些经济产品。
and need help. And the biggest piece of what we've done, I think, so far is build community around this.
那其中一个情况你看到就是我们在西雅图无论你是穆斯林的一些社区或是其他的少数主义的一些群体，很多时候那些群体都没有得到那个比较大众外面的平台的一些支持很多时候是因为没有看到讲字语言或者是上自己这个群体的的人。
So we formed this coalition.
所以透过这个穆斯林社区财务联盟就是希望是可以调整一下我们这些财经的财务的产品。
For Muslim-owned businesses, which is huge. Number one, that an organization would stand behind us with money to help us fund just the R&D. And then hopefully once we're done going to the community and getting feedback and developing this product, that we'll be able to also gain appropriate funding, or what's called
因为
halal.
呢透过我们这种比较不上大银行的财务组织呢真的有蛮多的能力去帮助每一家小企业做自己的独特的一些财务的产品去帮助大家这个社区。
Yeah, I think I just want to add in that this is the key difference between CDFIs and kind of the commercial banking world is that we can look at a really pretty small
想
business.
要分享的就是这个 CDFI 社区发展的财务机构 跟传统的大型的商业银行有什么分别？
As kind of an industry, probably on and off for the last 4 or 5 years, but we were able to secure some funding through the Northwest Area Foundation just for research and
因为很
development.
多时候呢，因为我们就是有机会有资源从一些非盈利机构去发展我们的一些财务的产品去给予做一些服务是给我们这些社区
If we build it, will they even take the product? And so the real work of this grant is the next 2 to 3 years of trust building within the community to really
那我
deliver
们
on the promise that we're making
有很多
to them.
产品呢，都是一个赠款。赠款的意思呢，就是没有利率的一些资金，那个资金是给予那个不同的群体有机会去发展他们的自己的产品从而透过我们这种机构，也可以帮助这些机构那些生意那些小企业有机会去发展他的事业，也帮助他们好好的善用他的第二赠款。
Billions of businesses here in the Seattle area. We're talking about hundreds, maybe thousands of businesses that need help. And so how can we help them? I'll throw it over to Bob and let him talk.
当然了，我们在这个社区也有蛮多的机构小企业可以有互相的一个建立关系。
Some, I want to say, pseudo Sharia compliant lending, where we've structured things as interest free, but we are really excited to
那我
partner
们
with
也有能力可以做到一些机会，就是去讲说是没有利率的一些产品
we know that there's a need out there with both in this
我们非常了解在外面对于新的移民群体、女性群体或者是少数族裔的群体在做小型企业的时候都是需要更多的帮助，更多的产品上的发展跟这个在财务上的有些协助。
we feel that there's a very strong community who would like to who would be able to take advantage of it. So we're truly excited to go ahead.
所以我们这个组织呢，无论是这个给予穆斯林群体的，或者是给予其他小企业群体的一些帮助。
But I'd just like to say, a lot of that comes from your leadership in this group, Jay.
Okay.
So Jay and the library have helped really put this together and bring a lot of parties together and just led this through the last year of development. So really appreciative of that.
这个整体呢，都是透过西雅图图书馆的一个合作。
And asking for help. If you are a member, of
刚
the
刚 J 就是问到你有什么需求，或者是另外一个问题，你可以给予什么的支持，给予什么的资源这个社区所以呢，都是向上的。如果你有需要这个帮助外面我们这里是有蛮多人可以提供的一些服务。
right? So that's the ask there. Thank you, and thank you for all of your partnership on that. We're running out of time, so I want to move to Lindy because I know Lindy has some amazing things to share as well. Lindy, do you want to talk a little bit about relationships in the work that you and the ELC do?
那现在也想要问一下 Lindy，她就是在法律上的一些服务，那有什么可以可以帮助呢？Lindy 就是讲到，因为他们是从这个遇到华盛顿大学这边的一个服务，所以呢，在华大你知道这个资源就是蛮丰富的 除了这个在商学院以外，还有蛮多的一些新兴科技的初创企业的一些有一些机会可以帮助到很多不同的人士去做更多的产品的发展。而且呢，我们这个法律的服务呢，大部分都是一个职工所以呢，很多都是很有经验，也很努力去帮助我们的一些小企业如果他们有法律上的需求也可以透过这些一对一的一个关系可以让更多的人有机会可以收获。
You need to review your privacy policy. We have experts in that can do that for you. And so coming to the entrepreneurial law clinic connects you like a hub and spoke almost, where we're in the center and we are just, you need this? Okay, well, we have those connections, or we can reach out to those networks to find those connections for you. And so
就是说你需要帮助在你的隐私的政策上面，或者是其他很小型的每一个法律上的一些问题因为我们这个群体呢都是有几百位职工有法律的智慧的人，你来到我们这个华大这个地方我们就是有更多的办法去帮助
I was thinking about
legal 的这个法律上的一个帮忙，这个法律的诊所。
for businesses and nonprofits and things. And I think about those, like the healthy forest, and the roots going down and looking for nutrients. And the fact that, we now know that, there's communication that happens between plants and between the, people that
就
interact.
是这现在就讲一个比喻，就是好像一个森林那个森林大树就是吸收一些雨水但是在地下的一个根部也会沟通从泥土里面拿到一些营养去提供在这个大森林里面的每一种植物或是每个种动物都是有更多的关系，就互助这个关系。
Sharia compliant loan products and we are there is going to be an opportunity to talk to folks about
生态系统
but if you ever have questions about that or need connections, the library is happy to help you connect with folks that are part of that group too.
因为这就是从西雅图图书馆工作也是透过图书馆去联系到这一些那么厉害的资源跟朋友所以有问题呢也可以透过这个借他们图书馆当中可以跟你联系到其他的知名的事情。那个平台呢之后呢就是一个一个开放日就是从一个房透过这个Zoom这个平台可以让大家有更多的地方可以问问题发问。
So that we can have more of a safe sharing. So yeah, I just really wanted to talk about one of the pivots that small CBOs that are doing community development, community outreach in Southeast Seattle decided to do together. This is last March. um,
那我
when
也想要透过这个时间，
who is essential and who is
去
not essential.
讲一
What
下
is essential for small
怎么
business? What is
是
essential
在
for all
从这个疫
businesses?
情的
So
时
the
候也
equity
看
of
到
essential. This is
什么
about
是
equity. So
重要
what
的
can we do? So Linda
有
from Home Site sent out an email and said, hey, we should work together to make do
是一
something
个在
that
推
lets
动我
shoppers
们
and community
这
and
边
everyone
的
know
一
who's
些
open.
群体呢，你知道在
So
这
it's
个疫情
we
当中
put together, and I'm going to share my screen so everyone can see
我们转型
and some
了
house cleaning, so my screen shouldn't be
很
too
多。
messy. That we the let's see, first I'm going to go and show you who we is. People from representatives from the small CBOs, Southeast Seattle, Rainier Beach Merchant Association, Rainier Ave
我
Business
想
School.
介绍一下我们这些组织
Or a collaboration between Hillman City
走在
Business
一起。
Association and Columbia City Business Association, MLK Business Association, Mount Baker Hub Alliance, and Beacon Business Alliance. We all came together and said, look, we've just got these relationships we've been building over time. Why
那我
don't
们
we
这些
do it
组织
together? So we
就
did that.
走
And
在
this
一
is the
起。
site that is live now. It's essentially with a pretty deep COVID resources
那就
list.
提供一些疫
Will
情
transition
的
to
资
a
讯。
new platform. Things are moving too slow for me, so I'm going to stay. Well, this is the resource list that we've kept live, but this site is essentially, like I said, a directory that you can
你会看到这个平台
who's
这
open
是
right now.
类似一个平
We
台
put together over
商务平台 电子商务平台可以让好像一个目录可以看到这边的一些小企业、一些店铺、一些餐厅。
through a Comcast grant. And Office of Economic Development has also been a supporter in this effort to
透过这个 Comcast 这个公司我们就有机会去提供更大的一个平台
women-led, I believe that's true, design team that had created a platform, an e-commerce platform. And we will go live with this site.
所以这个呢，就是一个电子商业平台。
Before the end of the month, I believe that's
希望在这个月份可以
through the Comcast grant, we will also be able to
有机会可以把这些
businesses that do not have a virtual
地区呢小社区呢是联系在一起。
are dealing with technical issues in getting in front of their customers.
透过这个基金呢，我们就很有幸可以跟我们这个南西雅图这边的的小企业去提供他们一些服务跟一些帮助。
Webinars will work with, it'll essentially be a compilation, an amalgamation of all these resources that are available when we do our outreach to small businesses in Southeast Seattle. And these businesses who do not have e-commerce right now,
有很多小企业呢，现在呢，他们都是没有一些电子的自己的电子的商务平台。
that are now have a profile here on the site.
那现在呢，我们就是帮助
is a food truck in
帮助他们可以提供一个平台。
Amy's Mercado is a restaurant, bakery, coffee shop in Hillman City neighborhood and Buddha Bruda. So the is Mount Baker Hub area. So the simple or complicated, I just wanted to give you a view of this.
简单来说呢，
Right now, actively asking businesses behind the scenes to register and get their profile going. This
所以
is
我们的一个模式呢，就是让 这些小企业或者是这些餐厅如果他们自己没有自己的网站如果他们也没有办法可以利用这个网络的平台去做生意我们就是希望可以通过这个机会呢，他们可以把自己放到我们的这个平台上也把他们的产品或者是他们的菜单呢等等的都有机会可以放在这里。
And the cool thing is these businesses get to put in they already have their takeout, their Grubhub or their PayPal or they can create a tip jar, they can create whatever they need in order to get those products ordered. I just want to also jump over here to the DEI Creatives dashboard of the other platform, the e-commerce platforms that are live. If this is at
我也想透过这个时间去介绍一下一些其他的地区也有做到这些那个电子商务的平台。
Coming soon.
我们也很高兴可以来到在这个平台上面看到。
Platform will be coming live as well. They're sort of in the same time frame as we are, where we're starting to bring in businesses. So soon you'll be able to click on this at support-local.com and come to the new website. This is really what I wanted to highlight. It's an amazing amount of pivot.
让大家去知道去了解我们有这个机会可以让一些小的企业、餐厅等等的有机会可以参与到这些平台。
Part 2 of the business of food. And
另外6月份的时候，我们想要谈到这个食品做食品产业的无论是餐厅或是推广它的一些零食或者是其他食物的产品都可以在我们6月份的时候参与我们在这个做这个 business resource 这个商业的一个Zoom上面的会议我们也可以有机会可以把我们的
programs that are there available to help small businesses. We're trying to link
放
that
到 YouTube 的平台上可以让其他的小企业商业都是有机会可以了解跟参与。
I just really wanted to give that overview. If anybody has questions, let me know. Otherwise, back to Jay.
That's perfect, Angela, because as we were talking about, like when we think about like, okay, now what do I do? How can I help? Like how do I spend my dollars, on
有时候大家都会想说我可以怎么透过这个平台去了解我们有其他跟说需要我们帮助的地方从这个平台上面有机会可以提供大家如果大家想要花钱来支持我们这边的小企业那可以怎么哪里可以找到这些小的店家去帮助呢？
Would like to speak, just say your name and I'll bring you back up here. Marie Ratchet said, I'm a very small business owner. I started from home as a way to make some extra. It turns out I was receiving an overwhelming number of orders. I couldn't keep up with it, so I had to close.
Right? Oh, no, yes.
这里 Facebook 上
After that week, I started getting 50 calls and messages every day, but I had to close my business because clients were getting mad due to me not being able to handle the number of orders. I have no idea what to do and how to find an investor to help me open my business to the public. I would love to employ homeless women, single moms leaving domestic violence, abuse in my company. I wanted my business to be a resource for those women.
一位朋友呢，就是在他的 做一个
Turn on his camera.
啊
I know you did.
小的企业本来是在家里做但是他得到很多人的一些需求，但是他就没办法去供应每个人的需求，所以就导致到他要把他的店要关了那怎么可以得到一些帮助呢？
kind of business planning and kind of sounds like you need
这
some
时候我
business.
就是想说，要帮助一定是需要一些有有经验的朋友去给予你一些帮助因为很多人呢真的需要一些协助所以所以真的是要找到一位能够帮助你的朋友譬如说在我们透过西雅图图书馆这边可以给予你一些资源去给予你一些做商业上的一些计划书一些计划去给予一些帮忙。
And so I think, for you, infrastructure and, what your capacity is and really drilling down into how many orders you can fulfill in a
就
day.
是讲说，譬如说你每天能够做到多少个产品？那从这个地方就是跟你的客户做一些沟通，那他们就会了解到可能你需要更多的时间去做你的因为不是说你在亚马逊在网上购物，可能你点一下，那几个小时后，那一些产品就是到你家但是如果因为我们这些小企业或是一些手工的产品很多时候都需要更多的时间。那如果好好的跟你的客户那个群体做一个沟通，他们应该也会了解的。
So Joy is sharing here too. Joe, if you have a link, put it in the chat. I'm gonna just transfer it over to the Facebook Live. And a shout out to Kendall Cox, who's listening in all the way from Mississippi. Hello, people. Kate Bond had a question. Kate, do you want to ask your question live, or would you like me to do it? You could just unmute your mic.
Oh, I was just curious when the Muslim Sharia financing products are going to be available.
Excellent. What's the time frame for those loans being available? Who would like to answer that question?
Yeah, I
另外一个问题就是我们说，这个给予穆斯林群体的一个资源，什么时候才可以有呢？
built out product for Sharia finance, like Craft 3 offers real estate loans, commercial real estate loans
就
for.
是讲说Sharif 这边讲，就是我们每一家机构都有机会提供不同的产品譬如说我在做的 Craft 3的那个机构呢就是给予一些房贷的一些产品
Can I answer the question before of allowing that person to understand when it comes to business, don't allow other people to stifle your dreams, because sometimes when you have a dream and you know what you need to do, people who are in the I'm not trying to be funny, but individuals who says this is what works in this market, sometimes they don't know. It's like if they're going by the book. I'm not saying not be wise.
另外一位呢 i n c r e d e 他就是讲说你要让其他人去知道真的不要让他们把你的那个理想去打烧你的
And then not only that, the other stuff that you've been asked for will come throughout time. Again, when I talk about making sure that when you're making a decision and there's multiple people on the table, you have to realize really quick that everyone can be heard, but then everyone piece of the puzzle will be in a timeline. So just make sure that when you're doing that you can still hold your dream in place and then put the pieces in the timeline when it's needed. So, okay, that's all I want to say. Thank you.
And Kita too, there's just really an important point about finding those resources. This entrepreneur has the
这个
number one
啊
problem.
享受呢，就是真的很需要找到一些资源找到一些帮忙。很多时候呢，我们做生意或者是做自己的产品，都是忘记了外面有一些可以得到一些帮助。很多时候我们就是让
Let's see,
啊
Jay. Oh yes, thank you so much for so much for chiming
我
in.
们当前的
Jay, I'm gonna hand it back to you. We're almost ready to close down the
的
live.
状况去把我们拉倒但是希望可以有机会透过一些途径去让大家更了解更多我们社区的一些帮助。
If you don't end up being in the room, or if you in one of the breakout sessions, or if you were on Facebook Live, I'm happy to be that connector and help you connect up with any of the voices you heard here today. So and I can share some information about how each of those programs work, so that so you can help you make decisions about which one might work best for you.
Jay, can you speak your email out loud? So
Sure.
it's
So it's JAY.
J 这边也讲说他自己的
SPL.org. Yes, and free.
他的一个电邮就是 JAY.LYMAN@SPL.org，这是他的目的地址。
Awesome. So, Mari, how's it going?
Sorry.
Good, we make sure and turn down your audio on your other computer. She's rocking like 2 computers today.
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up with you, John. So there's that. I'm getting there. So mini computer being my iPhone, which I'm talking into right now. Yeah, behold everyone, the mainframe. So it's been such a treat to track some of this conversation today.
今天很高兴你看到就是 Mary 他画到一些从这个画下来把今天的一些
I really love this thread of knowing yourself and the authenticity that you offer.
就看到
mindful of our capacity. And I apologize. Let me see. Does that? I guess we're going thin today. So here we go. I'll be doing some cleaning up of this, and just
看
also
到这个我们这个群体从这个建立关系真的不是一个容易的事情也有一个生态这个系统是给予一些帮助，给予大家一些互助。
Just hearing a lot of shifts in this conversation that really need to be a shift on a greater societal level in order for us to evolve. So good work, team. It's an honor to be here with y'all. And I apologize for my shaky caffeinated hand.
That's beautiful. What you have created is beautiful. Thank you for being here and for capturing the conversation visually there. That's fantastic.
Absolutely my honor. Truly. Thank you for the opportunity.
And I just wanted to chime in to say that all participants today will receive a copy of the chat and a copy of Mari's graphic recording.
Speaking of saved chat, Angela, do you mind if I give a couple tips before we head out? If you are here inside of Zoom, you can go to the chat window.
可以把这个聊天室我们存下来录下来。
Lots of links and email addresses. Again, if you didn't know where to go to, now you know. That's all there in the chat file. Will also be posted.
我们所有的那个连接跟我们的电邮跟我们今天讲到的一些题材都在这个聊天室这边可以看到。
Would it be okay, John, if we all give a big shout, turn on mics, and bring our interpreters over to the English channel just for a cheer.
Here we go. Let's see. So be ready to either unmute or get in your chat room. Let me bring up all our interpreters. Let's see if I have them all.
那我们在这
I'll
边
turn off to turn on your cameras, of course, so I can bring you up. Thank you so
就
much, by the way,
会
for doing
大
what you
概
do. These are the people here
消
in
会的
today.
时候就是从我们这边
There you
做
go.
一
You
个
can
完
run
全
them all.
Okay. Thanks everyone for being here. We're going to say goodbye to the live stream. Everybody's watching the live stream. Thank you so much for participating. Definitely communicate to us what if you need more information or
谢谢大家我们从这个时候差不多就是完成我们今天的服务。
beaconbusinessalliance.org for information. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody unmute and say thank you in your
Thank
language.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Buy a donkey, buy a donkey.
Thank you.